Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mistica here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So, I want to first start off by saying that last week, I'm sorry we only had one episode. Unfortunately, we ended up with some minor weather issue. While I know at the moment everyone knows about Hurricane Florence and all that stuff that happened over the weekend, in my part of the neck of the woods, which is lower south, much lower south from there, we were unfortunately dealing with a tropical depression, so that was loads of fun. Mainly the only issue we ended up getting because of where we were located was just lots and lots of rain. It was very heavy rain, affected almost everything, affected internet, affected this or that. So even trying to make an attempt at, trying to record wasn't even kind of worth it, unfortunately, because of that reason. So that's the only reason why I held off. But regardless though, in case you need to know or refresh your memory a bit, last week we had gotten ourselves at least an episode getting our way on track to do the fulfilling ending, or the fulfillment ending, whatever you want to call it. And we went ahead and went through Sayori's parts first because we only missed one little bit of hers. Now, the next couple of episodes we're going to do are going to be for Natsuki. Keep in mind, we have never seen any of her scenes, and just to prepare myself for that ahead of time, I went ahead and actually just kind of skipped forward to the first poem. I went ahead and picked all the words necessary for her, and I stopped and saved at that point. And I actually ended up doing that on Sunday, as you can see. In fact, I'm pre-recording this Monday. It's not going to start uploading, unfortunately, until Tuesday because of work and everything. So for the next couple of episodes, we're pretty much going to be reading everything for Natsuki's part because, like I said, we will be getting brand new stuff entirely for her. We've never seen any of her scenes. I've never even seen any of hers, even in other Let's Plays, because apparently out of all three of the main girls you can go after, not including Monaco, of course, apparently for Natsuki, very few people seem to get her cutscenes. I don't know if it's because maybe she's not as likable of a character, or because, with all three of the girls, Yuri's pretty much the favorite. But we'll go ahead and we will start here. And we'll just kind of see what sort of changes we're going to get. So to make sure we don't miss anything, I'm pretty much just going to kind of read the next sections, because we know the beginning portion of each day kind of starts the same, and then the other parts will change after that. So here we go, starting off with Monica. Hi again, Peter. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Peter. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Peter always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Peter can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, Wait, Sayori. Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it really isn't. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. and we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Ew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Okay, so that part in the beginning is pretty much very much the same, which I kind of expected that anyway. But what I'm really curious to see is in the next couple of episodes that we do this, since we're going to be going for Natsuki, I wonder how the girls are going to react to the type of poems. Because as we saw with Sayori, Natsuki seemed to become very friendly with us since we were going after Sayori, surprisingly, but yet Yuri was completely distant, almost wanted nothing to do with us. And then of course when we tried to go for Yuri, Natsuki was like the complete distant one, being all PO'd, and Sayori was kind of in the middle. So I wonder what's going to happen now since Natsuki's the one we're going for. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Okay, so this is completely different. Alright. You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monika. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. Actually, that's very true, believe it or not. How did you know anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. I wonder if that's an actual manga series or if this just made it for the game. It's a series I've never heard of. Okay, that might actually tell me. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Peter. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm going to show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Is that... am I pronouncing that right? I'm not gonna lie, I have not read manga or even seen anime in a long time. I actually kind of stopped early college, to be honest with you, because, you know, the type of stuff that was in here in America was just kind of not my thing at that time. I don't know, it just seems like, you know, just like everything else, the type of manga and anime and like the... how can I put it? I guess the type of genre they seem to fall into, as far as whether it's a romance or action-adventure or something darker, it just seems to change, you know, depending on what is or is not popular here in the States and what is or is not doing well in Japan. So like I said, I have not read manga or even, you know, done any of that stuff in a long, long time.
Don't just stand there.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work.
Okay. I don't know, they work plenty enough for Why would chairs not work? Why would that... Oh, okay, whatever.
We can't read at the same time like that.
Eh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Oh, I don't think that's what she meant, but okay.
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice-of-life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot?
Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. Okay, I'm confused. What is this parfait girl supposed to be parodying? Is it... At first, whenever it described it, I was thinking it was like kind of parodying... What was that one anime I used to watch when I was much younger? Or at least one of the few I used to watch. I think it was... What was it called? I think it was called Tokyo Mew Mew or something like that. And now, after listening to this, I don't know, maybe it's relating to... maybe this is a guess, but maybe Sailor Moon? I'm not gonna lie to you. I never watched Sailor Moon whenever it was a thing. It wasn't one of the sort of stuff I was into whenever I was a kid. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Well, that just helps you to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are many touching parts.
Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean?
Okay, maybe this is part of the reason why Natsuki can be irritating for some people. She seems to be okay with stuff, and then you can accidentally say one little thing and it insults her, unfortunately. I don't know if that has to do with her age or what. I mean, supposedly from what I read, the developer, they claim all the characters are the same age, but it's obvious they're not. It's very obvious that they are not. At the very least, I honestly do suspect that Natsuki has to be the youngest. Because there's no way they're all the same age. I honestly don't think so. Not from the way she acts, anyway. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power.
Good save.
This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well...
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
Yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't. I was just curious. Okay, so I take it this Parfait Girls has nothing to do with superhero stuff, does it? Then it probably is not parroting either of the stuff I said earlier. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga.
Okay, so... Well... Okay, it's funny how she says she just happened to get into it around the time she got the manga. You might as well admit it. The manga's the reason why you got into it, but okay, whatever. I guess it's her pride talking here.
Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, hello. This camera angle... Okay, so now we know what's going on. I mean, I know I said that they were sitting on the ground, but we couldn't tell they were sitting on the ground earlier. Alright. This is a really weird picture, not gonna lie. It's a weird thing to look at. We read on for a few more minutes. That depends. Is she supposed to be reading or staring at me? This is a weird one. At least in the Yuri parts, we could tell that she was reading with us because she was looking down. I mean, I understand they can't actually, I guess, really put anything Like, they can't actually have, like, a real-life manga? I mean, they could just, you know, do random squiggles and stuff. It's not like we'd be able to tell. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? She looks like she's confused. You don't? Oh, let me guess. She also, like Yuri, doesn't really have any friends either, does she? Oh, what a coincidence.
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure, depending on what type of manga it is, or even what anime it's based off of, a good chunk of it's not. I mean, some of it obviously is. I mean, there's definitely some that's made for kids. But there's definitely some that, you know it's not.
I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face.
Well, that's kind of violent. I know those kinds of people. Okay, so never mind. Maybe she does have friends, but then again, I don't know. She could be lying at the same time, too. She either could actually have friends, but she doesn't feel comfortable talking about this sort of stuff to them. Or it could be that she doesn't and she's just lying to us. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see, I guess. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Huh? Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this.
What your dad would do? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting.
At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Ah.
So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing.
I totally forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori?
Okay.
Minori is my favorite character. I always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
It's hard for me to do Natsuki's voice now. It's weird. It's like, because the type of voice... Well, I'm not really trying to do a voice of her. I don't know. I'm just trying to at least read with a different enunciation enough to where you can tell who's talking, at least. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile, a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems?
Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me.
Alright.
Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but Monica just said...
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you.
Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using any spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
If it gets bent, I'll kill you. Then why are you letting him borrow it then? By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose it's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up, I return to where I put my stuff, and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf paper, a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okie doke. So since we are trying to pine for Natsuki, it probably makes sense that for these next couple of videos, we're going to show her our poem first, and then we go to everyone else down the line. So we'll start with her. I told Natsuki was a... Wait, what? Oh, I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. Oh my goodness. I still have trouble reading, I swear, with the colors and the white on the light pink. I still really don't like that. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said.
Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
I'm confused. Is that a compliment or an insult? I'm not sure. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Ugh. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that.
Oh wait, whoop, wrong person. That was actually me that time. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't.
Okay, so of course this is the same poem from the first beginning, blah blah blah, we get the point.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated.
Okay, so this is pretty much the same beginning part, it looks like. There's a point of Okay, yeah, so this part is pretty much the same as it would be whether she liked her stuff or not, actually. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same sort of thing. Beep, beep. Yeah, this is the same. Okay, so yeah, so that part is actually the same. The beginning portion wasn't the same. That ending part after she shows the poem is the same exact thing she says no matter who you're going after, apparently. So some parts are the same, some parts are different. I guess we'll go to Sayori next.
This is a good poem, Peter. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why you impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Yeah, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Peter. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other... Okay, so this is kind of the same sort of stuff that she says in the beginning as well. Knowing... Da-da-da. Yeah, so this is the same sort of thing. Read her poem. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is of course the same, because this is the same from the beginning. Just a guess, but did you wait until morning? Yeah, so this is the same also. So Sayori doesn't seem to change much as far as what she says. Huh. I wonder if it's going to be like that for all the poems of her, that with Sayori, her dialogue kind of stays the same, and the only ones that seem to be affected is mainly just Natsuki and Yuri, but... Alright, well, whatever. Let's go to Yuri next, see what happens. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Ugh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really hadn't gotten anywhere. Might take you a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new... Okay, so this sounds like it's the same dialogue too. Huh. Okay, so yeah, so this is the same what she says anyway. Might take time, can practice and try new things. Everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Give you a little... Okay, so... Okay. Yeah, and this is the same thing from her too. So it looks like it's the same, basically. So apparently the beginning portion, with the slight exception of some of the girls, I guess will be kind of the same, kind of not. Because it looks like a lot of what she wrote, what she said here is just the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of the same, pretty much. So that's still the same regardless. I wonder if we're at least going to get definitely more changes within the second and third days, because with the slight exception of Natsuki, everyone else was pretty much just giving me the same stuff that they've said previous times before. Which is, I don't know, a little disappointing, I guess. Alright, see what Monica does, assuming she does anything different. Hi, Peter. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the... Okay, well, that's the same. Don't be blah, blah, blah. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of... let's see. Okay, here we go. I like it, Peter. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Eh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems.
They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased for their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident. Doop-a-doo. Hole in the wall, same poem. Okay, blah blah. So this is pretty much the same sort of stuff that she tells us anyway. So it seems like for this first shot, the only person that we might get slightly different dialogue from will be the girl you're trying to impress and Monica, I guess. Everyone, I glance around the room. This literature club after. I'm not doing skip just yet. Oh wait, is this gonna be the same thing? Oh, you're a small Sally. Yeah. Okay, so this is the same sort of deal. So we're gonna be seeing the argument. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to it. Oh no, they're arguing. Everyone's getting involved. Blah. Okay, so this is the one part that's gonna be different. So originally, whenever we did this, and I guess, I don't know, maybe for Yuri's parts, I might actually end up doing this too. I might end up just maybe skipping through a lot of hers and maybe doing certain choice options. But for this, because we are trying to get Natsuki's attention, we're going to go ahead and side with Natsuki, and we're probably going to get different results because so far the only thing I've seen us do has just been calling Sayori over to help. And I've never actually seen what happens if you side with either Natsuki or Yuri. So maybe for Yuri's part, we might actually record some parts just to show her bits of this stuff. So let's go ahead and choose Natsuki. Yuri? You're really talented. Well. But Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Shows how much you know.
That's not. Natsuki, I think that's enough.
Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me.
Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise.
Thanks for noticing.
She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri? Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so.
Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Peter. Sheesh.
Natsuki takes a breath.
The thing about,
Natsuki glances around the room.
Will everyone stop staring at me?
Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away.
Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all.
Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone.
Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri.
Sayori! I'll go make some tea.
I was just trying to help.
I'm sure she appreciates it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Peter. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we get a little too used to. So my joining in the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room, so maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for.
I disagree, Monica.
Eh? About what?
That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun.
Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? Whoa. Ah, crap. What is going on? Hold on. Crap. Okay, sorry about that. I guess Bandicam thought I was recording for too long, and it started causing the game to do weird things. I really hate when it does that. It gets kind of annoying. Although, to be fair, considering that I've already played through this game already, I already know that the first main act, where you go through the first couple of days, nothing happens. I mean, I already know that none of the really major weird stuff doesn't start happening till after the first death anyway. So, of course, I already know it's not the game doing weird crap. Anyway, back to reading. Sorry, I'm probably going to have to piece that together. It's going to be a cut, but that's okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Peter, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Peter! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Alright, oh, here we go. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Oh, okay, so this is the same, actually. Yeah, so this portion is the same. Yeah, this is the same pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop here, actually. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did for this episode, which is I'm gonna go ahead and off screen, I'm gonna go ahead and pick all the words I need so that way we can go ahead and save, actually, at the start of the next day. And that way, the next time we record, we'll actually be ready to just go ahead and start reading. Because whenever I was doing the part with Sayori, and I was doing the poem parts anyway, because it was such a time-consuming thing, because I was actually looking at the words I needed, I ended up cutting most of it out anyway. There was kind of no point in keeping it in. And of course, we're going to have a weird cut at the end of the episode anyway, because the game started being all like, oh, I'm going to start lagging, and then that's going to make everything else do weird crap. So, very sorry about that. But regardless, though, like I said, I will go ahead, I'll pick what I need off screen, and next episode, which will be this Thursday, we're going to go back to uploading twice. Like I said in the beginning, I couldn't upload both episodes last week due to the really crappy weather, and it affects my internet, and it's just a big mess. But yeah, we're going to continue through Natsuki's, and that's going to be for a good couple episodes. Because, like I said, I've never actually seen anything relating to her cutscenes. I actually don't know much about her backstory. Apparently, looks like it's going to be interesting, though. I guess it's going to relate to her dad. I'm going to take a guess here, but I'm going to take a guess that Natsuki either has a verbally or a physically abusive father, possibly. One of the two, in my all honest opinion. But like I said, I could be wrong. I mean, we'll kind of see what happens. But regardless, though, regardless how stuff is going, if you enjoyed this episode, if you liked what you saw, you know the drill. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with that said, I will see you guys around later. Much. Bye.